Hi everyone. So we talk about the my previous session. We talk about the market segmentation. Market segmentation means the desired customer group that out of the total market you can fulfill more. And then there are certain methods of market segmentation. We talk about main advantages of market segmentation, mass market, niche market. We talked about it last time. So in market segmentation, we have some kind of like a past papers to discuss. In 2012 IGCSE, they ask a 6-mark question, analyze questions they came from market segmentation. They ask analyze 2 market segments who are likely to buy the EC Limited chocolates. This case study actually EC Limited Erin's chocolate. It's a small business, sells she actually manufacturing chocolate and selling. So market segmentation is important. In the chocolate market, actually this kind of a case study is there in this 2020 this exam also. This kind of like a case study is there, chocolate company like Ferrero Rocher or something. So like that chocolate industry, there are certain market segments out there. So we talk about geographical market segmentation, demographic market segmentation, and psychographic market segmentation, or behavioral market segmentation. Usually, the product like chocolate, there is no regional difference actually. Whatever the region, if it's a summer country or it's a cold country or whatever the regional difference, is a climate difference, doesn't matter. Chocolates, we can sell everywhere. And also, secondly, talk about the demographic segments, even the gender basis or even cultural basis, even the ethnicity, religion, age, whatever this group, actually everyone likes chocolate. So that therefore geographical and demographical segmentations are not usually we are using for dividing the market for chocolate. The chocolate industry, this question you can see 2 market segment you identify and then analyze 2 market segment who are likely to buy GC chocolate. You can say sometimes you can say the people who like, for example, let's say psychographic segmentation. There are seasonal chocolates, for example, chocolates for let's say Valentine's Day chocolate. So chocolates for let's say sometimes party times, like a trending. You can see like a parties, for example, Christmas season or Halloween chocolate. So the different sweets. They're creating different season times. You can see there's a seasonal chocolate. Sometimes some people have demand on the chocolate on some seasons of the year, particularly. So there is a psychographic segmentation on that, and also based on the taste. Some people prefer dark chocolate or black chocolate or sugar-free chocolate. Like that, that's psychographic segmentation. Basically, I think the people who actually don't hate the sugar, the diabetic people, then you can say go ahead with the black chocolate or like sugar-free chocolates like that. So those are the market segment you can see. It's not the income, it's not the gender, it's not the age. So actually it's a psychographic segmentation. You can see the how much the frequency they are going to buy. There's a seasonal demand. The seasonal demand is there. For example, people buy chocolates for particular seasons in the year, right? So festival seasons, there are chocolates are there. So and also you can see the some people's taste and preferences. People's taste and preference also matters. Psychographic segmentation. So here you have to give analyze the advantages also. Right. You can see there's another question here. I put another question in that handout. 2013 IGCSE question came. Asim. Asim is a small businessman who owns a salon. Asim considers a market segmentation when trading. They're asking why might Asim considers each of these segments? Age, gender, lifestyle. For a salon, they're asking this market segment lesson because this is the previous lesson. If you go to the next previous video, you can find out the market segmentation and everything. This is the practical aspect of past paper questions what they ask from the market segmentation. So if you talk about the age, why might Asim consider each of the market segmentation? For example, yes, it's a salon. Age is matter. For example, a person who is school age, he might ask him for a basic cut. A salon, if he comes to take a haircut, he might take a basic haircut which is suitable for a school. And gender wise, you can see there are some certain people when it comes to gender, like male and female. Males definitely they want to actually find a salon where they can actually fit enough for them and convenient for them for a fair price and everything. But when you go to the females and everything, and then they're talking about the salon, they're concerning about the quality, the reputation, the brand name of the salon, and the hygienic factors, the cleanliness of the salon, everything. These factors they are focusing. So as a result, Asim has to focus on these factors. If you are catering different age groups, what kind of wishes they wanted to have. And gender groups, basically male and female, what are the basic things they are expecting from a salon, and especially lifestyle of the salon. Lifestyle also really important. Sometimes some people have like a sports stars, so then they might their mentor, their role models might be the role like a sports stars. They might like to have like a sporty haircut, and also some people might want to have like a professional haircut. People who are working in a bank, or people who are working in a government offices, or people who are working in the like professional people like doctors, accountants, lawyers, engineers, and all. They might have to have their lifestyle. They might have a decent haircut with a proper professional haircut which is suitable for their career. And also like there's sometimes different haircuts they might have. Like people who are like a rich, more affluent people, they might go for like a haircut which can actually show their social status. Like there are certain haircuts are there. So like that, this is the most important thing. This case study that came in 2013, like about 7 years ago. This case study was there. Asim Salon market segmentation, how they improve it, right? So, so they talk about the papers and also paper questions, also market segmentation. So these handouts, you can find everything in the Google Classroom. You can see the tune number 21, market research, and also tune number 22, importance of marketing, tune number 23, market segmentation, and also tune number 24, today lesson, we are going to do that business, BCG metrics and everything, the product mix of the marketing. So today our lesson is a product mix. We are going to talk about the new lesson in our marketing management module. This lesson today we are going to talk about the product, chapter 36 in our handbook, product. So one of the most important element of the marketing mix is a product mix, because there is something to sell. It can be a good or service. Product can be a good service or an idea which have market value. So product mix we have to talk about the as a business. When you're trying to sell something, it can be a business can be, they can sell some kind of physical nature product like a vehicle, or it can be a service business. For example, your university, they might like to offer you a course. It's a service. So that also you have to design something artistically, and also product should be give that the designing of the product should be very, very important. So product designing is really important. So we are talking about mainly the marketing mix element. We are talking about the what is meant by marketing mix, and also we're going to understand the development of a new product, how to develop a new product, the product development mix and everything, how we are developing a new product or service. There are some steps are there to follow. And also we're going to understand the difference between goods and services, because that's a product is we can define as a goods, services, or idea which have market value. We're going to understand the difference between goods and services. Like goods are tangible things, services are intangible things, like that, as I told you, the motor vehicle and the university course, right? And understand the role played by the packaging, and it's important for the business, like the packaging part really important for a business organization, because product should be introduced to someone with the proper way. Should be think about the proper now the quality of the product will be the value addition of the product will be, everything will be. That's why the first impression of the product will come through the packaging. So that is really important, and it's important to talk about the benefits of packaging and all. And also you're going to understand the product life cycle. Like human beings also, we have a life cycle. With every product, every good service, we have a life cycle. We are talking about that thing by using a graph, and we're talking about the phases of the product life cycle, different stages of product life cycle, and the extension strategies also. When the product going down, the sales going down, sales dropping, what are the strategies to extend the product sales, to prolong the product life cycle without declining. And finally, we're going to understand the product portfolio analysis. We're using a matrix called Boston matrix, Boston Consultants Group matrix. That's the final part of this lesson. We're going to do. So in your handout, you can see in the Google Classroom, you have the handout for product mix. So marketing mix understanding, you can see the marketing mix definition is there for the 4 P's: product, price, promotion, and place. And definition of market mix is an element of the marketing that designed to meet the needs of the customers. We call it usually call 4 P's. They included the product, price, place, and promotion, right? So in this case also we have a nice brainstorming session is there in the nice case study called product development at the best home. German multinational company, and they design, so they give a nice case study. So I recommend you to read this case study. So what they're doing, mainly designing the mainly the products the range of affordable household goods like such as furniture, soft furnishings and appliances and domestic products. And they operate around 430 large stores in the 43 different countries, a large business organization. So they're talking about how the steps they outline: design and visit people homes, discuss the current and future needs, that's called the market research step. And then secondly, they design process the carried out a number of teams in addition to the designers, that they're making a team out of that. And then in that team they have material analysis, product developer and technical engineer, technician, everything. And third step is they actually each team works transparently so that everyone can see what they're doing. And then finally the design facility, they are making a prototype, like a model sample they're creating out of that, and then get with the craftsmanship they're providing with the like a 3D printing facility, they are making prototype. And the fourth level means the designers are encouraged to travel and work for the foreign designers to learn about the techniques, then get the fresh ideas. So it's about the idea generation and then making a prototype and then launching it. So these are they are giving some steps about like everything, every business organization, how to make a product, how to design a product. So all the items that we are using today, even can be a pen, it can be a mobile phone, or it can be a Zoom app, it can be the mug, it can be table or whatever the item we are using right now. It's actually outcome of a research. That's why the product development has a certain stages. So product development actually came from like a number of market research. So that's why this approach is really important. We are going to learn about this product development. And before go to that, the marketing mix definition is there. Marketing mix is an element of a firm's marketing that are designed to meet the needs of customers. It's often called the 4Ps. They include the product, price, promotion, and the place. So a good marketing strategy is one that meets the customer need. That's exactly the marketing strategy means something is that meets the customer expectations, needs. This means the business must design and produce a high quality product, charge a price that acceptable to consumers, and let consumers know about the product through promotion, and make products available in the right place at the right time. It's called the marketing mix, right? So you can see the product development stages. There are some certain stages of product development: generating idea, analysis, the development of the product, we call like a prototype, and test marketing, and commercialization and launch. So these 5 steps, there's an easy way to memorizing this thing. So I call this is a 5 steps: GADTC. GADTC, generating idea, A for analysis, D for development, T for test marketing, and C for commercialization. Test marketing and commercialization. So this one GADTC, you can make some like a nice, even my previous batch also same thing, that they make like a nice like a mnemonic code for this GADTC. So I call this is called good afternoon daddy, take care. Good afternoon daddy, take care. It's a nice mnemonic code to memorize or whatever. You can use your own mnemonic code if it's hard to memorize. So daddy, or you can say doggy or whatever. It's up to you to decide, right? So generating ideas called good afternoon. For example, generating idea. This process actually, that's why I can see the previous case study also. They actually designers, the people, the craftsmen, they actually visiting to the customers, potential customers, to get their feedback, ideas, called market researching time. Market researching. They actually, before you make something, you do a market research, proper market research, and make a conclusion what they wanted to do, what they want to have. And then they spend some time on the products and their rivals. The business must try to copy, adapt, or improve upon the best features of rivals' product. And secondly, analysis part, they have to improve the analysis part. GAD, analyzing means once a list of product ideas has been drawn up, there is a need to analyze each one closely, and a business must decide whether products are marketable and technically possible, a suitable fit with the current portfolio, and legal. Like they're going to analyze the product. Is that a legal product to do? Is that a product idea is a good, cool product to analyzing? They're getting some ideas, brainstorming sessions. And the business, they're deciding whether products are marketable. Do they have market value? Sometimes customers are asking exceptional products, but they don't have any market value in that products, services, and ideas. They don't have any market value. And third level, we call the development stage. In this development stage, they are making like a mighty little project. They are doing like called different prototype. They are creating the development stage, using experiment, simulation, building model. Sometimes they might use a 3D printer producing a sample and initial testing, like a small sample. They're developing that thing, the prototyping model, before they go on to the launch into the like a mass scale. And then TC, the take care thing, the test marketing is other thing. After you actually make a prototype, you make a, like a small batch of samples, and then you are going to have a test marketing, a trial run, and then you are going to find out the outcomes. The stage involves the product in a small section in a total market, and the sample use must be represented the whole market. So we are making it like a small test, like an experiment we are doing if this product is actually okay. And the market also, they actually, the rational customers actually, they have nicely accepted their product. Then you can go to the final stage of commercialization and launching process. You're going to find out that this business actually really good product and good service, good market value is there. Then you can go to the next stage of, that's why, commercialization and launching stage. Okay, so I think you got an idea about that. In GADTC, the 5 stage of product development. We are going to find out the difference between goods and services right now. So everything you can see, you can find out from this my handout also. Stages of product life cycle, product development stages is there. GADTC, generating idea, analyzing, development, test marketing, and commercialization. So you can see this thing in your handout. You can download it from your GC. And next one is the goods and services. You can see the difference between goods and services. I think nicely explained there than in the textbook. Goods and services, you can see the goods are normally tangible things that produced by the business called the product. So then these can be different categories are there. Consumer goods and producer goods. Consumer services and producer services. So goods mean tangible thing, physical nature. So these goods actually we can categorize into 2 categories: consumer goods and producer goods. So consumer goods means the one that we are using for our purpose, like clothes, food, mobile phones, motor cars. These are the consumer goods that we are using for our final consumption. But there are another category of goods we call the industrial goods or producer goods. Like businesses they are using, for example, machine, let's say the photocopy machines, and also like they say scanners and tools and equipment. Sometimes like industrial vacuum cleaners, industrial fans, industrial ovens, industrial air conditioners. So everything comes on like a large scale, like production facilities we call producer goods, which is no need for the like a daily, like a local household. So same thing for the service also, we can divide it into 2 branches: consumer service and the producer services. Consumer services, in the sense we are talking about the services that actually taken by the services that actually followed by consumers like you and me. So then these are the things that we are following. For example, as a salon, it can be a gym, it can be a restaurant, it can be a university, like telecommunication, holiday, banking, financial advice, healthcare, transport, restaurant, domestic service like cleaning, gardening service, and like laundry services. You can see the child minding services like daycare center, or like say laundry and lifestyle management like gym, spa, something like this. These are the consumer services that people are using for their final consumption. Same time, you can see the producer services are there. Producer services mean the items that services actually mainly used by the businessmen's industries, like accounting service, maintenance service, printing, debt collection, consultation, business insurance. They need more services. Even humans also, like nice consumers also, we also need our personal income tax, like a monthly taxing and everything to calculate someone. But normally, industry is like a businessman. They use it daily basis because they are doing so many transactions. Tax invoices are there. There is accounting for that. Accounting, maintenance, printing, debt collecting, consulting, and the insurance facilities. They are using more than that. Okay, so then we are going to next one is the packaging. So consumer good, producer good, this is a good and service different. You can find out from there. We are going to next part we call packaging. Product, you must have a very good packaging. It's like an outer layer of the product. So it must be very attractive, because people always judge about the product by looking at their cover. Even though there's a very famous statement is there, say don't judge the book from its cover. But usually that's what happened. Always people actually judge about the book, or it can be a movie or something, by looking at the cover, the image, the artwork in the behind, in the front. Always they are, before you watch something, before you downloading something, before you actually read some book, you're always attracted to the cover, the name of the book. the color of the book. That's also a really important part. That's the packaging of the book. Sometimes contents will be sometimes very bitter. Content will be bad, but even they have a nice cover page, people will usually think, okay, now this will be an interesting one. I should take this. Like, but actually, some parts are there. Some businessmen they don't know this story, so therefore they're making a very what do we call ugly or something, the less attractive cover for a book, or let's say for a movie, or they are making like a very, let's say, less attractive trailer. And then what happened, the viewers actually go it down, they're not actually wanted to, because sometimes content might be very good, content and everything might be very good, the ratings, everything very good, but people, they don't want to, they don't have a feeling to watch that, they don't have a feeling to read that book because of that cover is bad. Therefore, it's really important to even business this concept. We can use it for business purpose also. Like everything, whatever the item you sell, it can be a good or service or idea. You have to sell with a nice cover. Cover work is really important. Package is really important. It can be like a bag like that. Think about the environment also. Environmental concern, like giving some kind of a recycling, like a paper without giving a polythene bag. You can use this kind of a baggage. You can give like a paper bag or at least a like a recyclable bag. And also cost effective, you can see like a special, like a this kind of burgers from McDonald's and Burger King, they are giving this kind of packages. Even other places like Subway also, they are giving something like a cardboard boxes like that, thinking about the environment and cost effectiveness without giving it on a like a shopping bag. They are giving it nicely wrapped with the box, and they have a lot of information is there, content. You can see the behind this everything, the labeling, they have ingredients, the calorie, energy consumption, manufacturing date, expiry date, the price, and the batch number. Everything, all the information that you require is there, sometimes different languages. So that information part also we can fulfill from the packaging. And designing, you can see that talk about the durability, or sometimes you can see the design is really important, appealing, like, and you can see that a nice grip, reflect the nature, the quality of the product, and identify brand name. So durability, so attractiveness should be important. Convenience to use, so affordability is really important. It should be easy to handle, open and use, and also you can see the protection for a product. It provides, for example, this kind of eggs and everything. This package provides full protection. Nothing happen even if you're traveling. Yeah, you can put it in the even the right, whatever the thing, when you in your vehicle or something, you can put it in the back seat. Nothing happen because of this package. So like that, there are certain benefits are there. We can summarize this thing as a PACKAGES packages. There are some benefits. For example, P for protection. It provides some protection for the goods. It safeguards, like for example, medicine and all. Give the protection from the other thing, for example, temperature and the wind and all that thing. They give protection. A stand for attraction, because of this package to provide some attraction for the business, the good. And C for convenience, easy to use. K for knowledge, the information they are giving through these labels, you can see barcodes and all. And then affordability, affordable, easy to grip and everything, like water bottle, there's a nice grip, right? I recently saw some water bottle, looks like a dumbbell, so it's easy to carry, like, so you can easily use that water bottle even for the weightlifting sometimes, right? So that's affordability. And then greater value, it's because of this packaging, it's increased the value of the book. That's why I told you, always don't judge the book by its cover, but usually it's increase the value of the item always. Yeah, that's why for a business organization, the packaging should be very, very important. And A for environmental concern, environmental friendly. And S for, you can see it's actually think about the sales value. After the sales value, at least the you can think about the after sales, that is the even water bottle, or let's say plastic box or something. You can use this as a container, like a it can be ice cream tub, it can be a when you say like a bottle of like a Pepsi or Coca-Cola. You can use it as a store something. It can be a wine bottle, it can be like, like a liquor bottle, or you can use to store water on, and you can put it in a refrigerator. So certain things are there. So those are the values of the having a benefits of packaging. So you can apply this concept into your life as a normal person. Like we are, for example, if you are an employee, you work for organization, think about the appearance little bit. Think about right outer the appearance about you, because if you are, especially if you are interacting with others, especially if you're interacting with a lot of customers. You have to maintain a good outgoing personality. So that's kind of a packaging for a good and services. We have to give some kind of nice appearance. Same way, for a business organization, the employees also must have a good, nice package. Yeah, especially people judge about you by looking at your uniform. The uniform. It can be your shoes, it can be your hair, it can be your shirt, it can be your watch, it can be your shoes, it can be your belt, whatever the elements, material factors only. That is actually they figure it out. The appearance is really important. Maintain that by looking at fact. Sometimes the person will be very rich, but sometimes if he actually is wearing just a small, like look at the Mark Zuckerberg, one of the richest person in the world, but always is prefer to wear the t-shirts and go to the office. That is simplicity, right? But when he goes to different places, he wear the blazer and go. But like that, so that's really important to maintain your the package. That we call that important to have maintain your appearance, the dress code, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you wear your, the way you maintain your body, the way you actually have the haircut, everything is people judge about that thing. Like a people actually always judge about the product by looking at the cover. So like that, because they don't know you have very good qualities inside. They don't have, you are really you have good sportsmanship and really good in mathematics, really good in science, physics. But people, they don't know about it, right? They're thinking, okay, yeah, this person, like by looking at your outer, that's why especially by looking at your the surrounding your room. So it's everything comes under counts as a packaging. So that is really important to maintain the hygienic conditions and maintaining your appearance, cleanliness. So dress codes really important in day-to-day life. Try to maintain at a higher level. Then only people will judge about you, giving a very good conclusion. I know that person is really good, very smart, and then only they are thinking about how their talents and the skills and everything comes second way. First of all, it's all about their appearance. Number one. Okay, and we talk about the next topic we are talking today is the product package. You get this example. So they are given case study. Not that much of information. What they're giving here is a small, like a eco over some small bottle, and this it can be perfume bottle. So they're asking what is the main role played by packaging in these images. So packaging, you can see in this case, I think mainly attractiveness, and also it will be easy to use, convenience. Like you can see there the affordability and then also attractiveness, the greater the value. Look at the colors, then the bottle of this perfume. It looks like a little expensive perfume bottle because it looks amazing. It looks, I think, smell also might be good. So, but the bottle is looks very, but very mighty and very affordable and attractive and very it's a good artistic work with nice colors on it. So like that, what are the main role played by the packaging images here? It is like with the nice picture of the cover, looks like economical, not that much expensive, and inside there might be some kind of a hair or shampoo or whatever. So there must be have more information on it. But here there is not label top of it, only just the bottle and the spray part is there. Anyone can understand it's a perfume bottle. That's why business might need to change their packaging and selling the goods abroad. Just of course, especially the brand, like a name, so it must be universal thing. And the top of it on the other side, on the back of the this one, you can see there's information, ingredients, content, how to use, everything must be there. Expiry date, especially people looking at that fact. When is the expiry date? When is the manufacturing date? All that things there. That is really important and necessary. Okay, let's move on to a very, very important topic of the day, product life cycle. So in this here, we are going to talk about the product life cycle on by using a chart, graph. Everything have product life cycle. This is a definition of product life cycle. You can see in this handout, tube number 24. Product life cycle is the levels of sales at different stages or through the which product passes over time. This is came in recently IGCSE 2020 large business paper 2020 May large business paper. It came Emirates case study product life cycle. Define the term product life cycle. So then you can, like one market definition also, you can use the level of sales at the different stages through which product passes over time. So product life cycle shows the different stages through the which that's the definition, different stages of a product life cycle For example, from development to introduction to growth, maturity, and the decline stages pass over the time. The level of sales also, you can see level of sales. That's the first step. Level of sales at different stages. The stages you can see development, introduction, growth, maturity, decline over the time. These steps also, 6 stages, we can actually memorize. This is mnemonic code DIGMSD. It's like similar to previous one, like a GADT. Good afternoon, daddy. Take care thing. Same thing here. DIGMS. You can see DIGMS. There's two meanings are there. For example, you can see develop, D for development, I for introduction, grow for growth stage, M for maturity stage, S for saturation point, D for decline. So you can't actually mix it up. It's automatic. There's an order. DIGMS. Some people call it dog in the garage making sandwiches for dinner. For example, you can say DIG, Director Inspector General, Ministry of Security Division. DIG, MSD. DIG is a police force, and then MSD is another unit. So like that, there are creative ways are there, nice creative ways people can memorize, right? So when I'm every year when I'm doing this lesson, different students doing different things. For example, if you have a product, such a friend called David, you can say David in the garage making spaghetti for dinner. You can make, that's another nice creative things. David in the garage making spaghettis for dinner. Slide there. So you can see whatever, Dennis or whatever. If you have a friend called Daisy, we can talk about Daisy in the garage, or Daisy in the whatever G stand. We can see Daisy in the from say garden, right? Making right sweets for right, so sandwiches for dinner, whatever, spaghetti for dinner. You can create. That's up to your level, up to your imagination. You can create, but somehow, dear students, so don't confuse these letters. This important DIGMSD. So we'll see what it stands for. Development stands for when the prototype is tested. Development stage. You're going to generate the idea. In that level, developing at that stage, we can't see any sales coming in because still generating the idea. And the second stage we call the introduction stage. When we are introducing the idea to the market, we can see small sales level, like test marketing level. We can see small amount of sales we can generate at this level, because it can be introduction stage. People can accept or reject it. And then it's come to the growth stage, that we go to commercialization at high level. We found our test marketing, everything fine, and we can go ahead. Then we can go to the growth stage when the sales start to grow rapidly with advertising and change the persuasive, encourage brand loyalty. We call it growth stage. Like sales are actually booming, like that's called the growth stage, becoming most popular product in the market. And then it's a stage called the maturity stage, that we are in the peak level. Slowly, everyone knows you. Everyone actually try your product once in your life. So you have maturity level. And then it's come to point called saturation, when a lot of competitors are there in the market. The stale will become the market share become very difficult to maintain. That's we call this, at that point called saturation point. Difficult to stabilize then their highest level point. So then that's the turning point of the product. You have to think about to introduce that product to another new market or a new country, or develop the product or change the product. So the point that you're talking about, the saturation point, the extension strategy you're thinking. And then if you're not changing your product, then what stage coming? The decline stage of your product. People might stop buying your product, and then you have to divest from the market. So this is called the decline stage of the product. So everything we can find out from this in this chart. Development, no sales at all, 0 level, and introduction, small sales level. And then when it goes to growth level, it's like a sales are in there, like you can see the steeper condition in this third phase of the product life cycle is a growth stage. Fourth phase is a maturity level of the product life cycle. Sales are peak at this level, highest point. And then there's a saturation point here. The sales is going to start dropping point called saturation point. It's not a phase, it's not a stage, it's just a point only. And then we come to last stage of the product life cycle, decline stage, sales is going to drop. So at this point only, we had to talk about the extension strategies. Imagine your current market is not accepting you. You can go to different market. If European market is saturated, you can go to the Asian market or American market or African markets. You can try new markets. Okay. So this is the most important product life cycle. Talk about introduction. It's like a similar to our human life also. Introduction means like development is not here. Introduction means like your schooling life. Your schooling still introduced into the world. Like we are learning new subject, biology, chemistry, business, and growth stage. You are going to like a job environment. You become like a teenager, and maturity. You get married, and then like so many things, become a family man, and growth stage, become, can earn more money, and you are very fit, everything. So when it comes to maturity level, after you become like after 50s and 50s, 60s, 70s, it's called maturity level. So at that time you are old enough, and then after you can see from 70s, 70s, 80s, you can see the decline stage. The people's gonna normally a lot of people's gonna die at this age when it comes to 70s, 80s, and 90s. Okay, so that's the main phases of the product life cycle in my handout. Can go through here also. We can see same thing. Development stage, what they're going to do. Nothing happens. Zero level of sales because R&D. Most labs are doing research and development. And then it's come to introduction stage. We talk about the introducing a product by using promotion like test marketing and everything. You might use a penetration and skimming pricing, different strategies. I'll explain those in my next sessions. And growth stage, you are going to hit it to the market, become product, become more and more successful. And it comes to maturity level, the saturation level, we go to peak level of the product life cycle. Decline mean you're going to drop, like what happened to the blockbuster games, that no one uses CDs here after DVDs, blockbuster collapse. You can see like a lot of business, Kodak camera, they're gonna fail because no one uses the Kodak camera like that. They have decline points. And some products they have like a short lifespan, and some products they have long lifespans. You can see some products within like a 2.5 years, products reach their peak level and they're going to drop. Like we can say superstars. Overnight they become superstar, we get a more popularity, and then what happened after few years, few months, they're gonna decline. No one gonna know about them. Who's the season one champion star? Who's season one superstar? Who's American Idol in season one? No one knows. No one can memorize. But some products are really long time. You can see the memorize. People still memorize. Even they don't have never decline stages there. Example like Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, singers I'm talking about. And some products like Coca-Cola, they're still more than 100 years they are operating, like product like Unilever's product like Sunlight. So they have never failed. Product life cycle takes some years to develop, about 10, 20 years, and they're still there in the peak level, maturity level. Like that. So today, to wrap up the lesson from this topic, we talk about today product life cycle, and we can talk about in the next session about the furthermore about the Boston matrix and everything. So what we learned today in this lesson, we talk about the product mix. We talk about what is marketing mix, and we talk about the product development phases. We call it the marketing mix. We learn about the product, price, place, and promotion, the definition, all those, and also product development stages. Good afternoon, that you take care. That's in generating idea and analyzing, developing, test marketing, and commercialization. That steps we talk about. And we talk about the difference between goods and services. There are consumer goods and consumer services, producer goods and producer services. Talk about the difference between that tangible, intangible thing. And we talk about the packaging, right, my dear students. We talk about packaging benefits. PACKAGE, package give you protection, attraction, information, environment, cost effective, everything. So packaging is really important. There are so many benefits out there of packaging. Package is part of the product. I told you, it's like a don't judge the book from its cover, but it's all like that. Movies are there, people judge from their trailer. Like that, packaging is really important. So like that, I talk about finally the product life cycle. DIGMSD, dog in the garage making sandwiches for dinner, something. So you can make anything like that. Your creativity. We talk about these phases of product life cycle today. Yeah. So today lesson is that like that. So now my next session, right? Please hang with me. So next lesson we're going to talk about the imports of product life cycle and the packaging and everything. So in important and also Boston matrix we are going to talk about in my next session, right? So with that we are going to conclude this video session. Then thank you very much. Have a nice time.